Are you frustrated because you find yourself to be a slow loser on Mounjaro? Maybe you don't even take Mounjaro, but you find yourself to be slow at losing weight. We're going to talk about that today. But before we get into it, please hit that like, hit that bell, and hit that sub so you make sure you get all the notifications for these videos. So I'm type 2 diabetic. If you've followed me on this channel, that's been well documented. You already know that. But what you may not know is that 30 million people in the United States are estimated to have type 2 diabetes. And another 86 million people are thought to be pre-diabetic. Now, diabetes is primarily, type 2 diabetes is primarily a disease of insulin resistance. And we're going to get into that because most people who are pre-diabetic don't even know that they're pre-diabetic. So let's get into some of the reasons why some people lose slower than others. The first one I already touched on, it's insulin resistance. So insulin resistance is just over time, our bodies have to produce so much of it to deal with the sugars in the blood that our cells become kind of like they resist it. They're not as sensitive to insulin as they once were. And what this ultimately means is your blood sugars are elevated over, like a normal level. And that just makes it harder and harder for the hormones, especially insulin, to do the job that it's there to do. So one of the big things that insulin resistance can lead to is an excess in belly fat. So that's if you have a lot of belly fat, that is a strong sign that you may be insulin resistant. The second reason is going to be hormone imbalances. Hormone imbalances are kind of hard to understand if you haven't done a lot of study, but just broadly, hormones like cortisol, leptin, and ghrelin play a crucial role in regulating metabolism, hunger, energy levels, and things like that. In diabetics, these can become even more imbalanced, and this leads to increased hunger, decrease in your metabolism, increased fatigue. That's something that I have felt big time as a type 2 diabetic, and all these factors can make it more and more difficult for a diabetic or a pre-diabetic to stick to a healthy diet and exercise program. The third reason that some people are slower losers, especially diabetics, pre-diabetics, is chronic inflammation. So chronic inflammation is something else that leads to weight gain and makes weight loss harder. Inflammation is a normal response. It's a normal body response to injury or infection, but it can also become chronic. And a lot of people who are type 2 diabetic or pre-diabetic, insulin resistant, can have chronic inflammation, which causes damage to cells and tissues throughout the body. And this can slow down your metabolism, leading to weight gain and making it harder to lose weight. So those are going to be the big three contributors, or three of the big contributors that might be causing you to be a slower loser, like me, a type 2 diabetic. So I want to give you just a few things that can be tweaked in your lifestyle that can help you deal with the aforementioned difficulties that people have that lead to difficulty in weight loss and things like that. So these broadly are going to help contribute to all three of those contributing factors. So one is just moving more frequently and shooting for 30 minutes of just good physical activity on most days of the week. The second is a healthy diet. And now that is defined 1,000 different ways on the internet, probably more, millions of different ways on the internet. But we're just talking broadly about a whole food diet where you're not eating a bunch of processed crap. If you look around the world, that is something that is relatively unique to the Western world, is how much processed, manufactured in a factory food, packaged crap that we eat. And we got to just start drawing some parallels to the way that all of human history ate up until 100 years ago, and how all these chronic metabolic diseases have come on so strong. There's got to be some sort of correlation, right? Maintaining healthy weight is obviously the ultimate goal, but once you can get your weight down, maintaining that is gonna prove to be something super beneficial to you in the long run. If you're a smoker, if you're able to quit smoking, if you're able to find a way to quit smoking, you're gonna help your body by not doing damage to your blood vessels, which impair blood flow and make it harder for your body to heal, and it makes it harder for insulin to work effectively. Reduce stress. So with stress, you elevate your cortisol levels. When you have a bunch of cortisol levels that are increased, it can also lead to insulin resistance. Sleep is a big one, right? And I kind of feel like these two go hand in hand, sleep and alcohol consumption. There's a lot of people who rely on a couple glasses of wine at night to unwind. There's a lot of studies that show that when we're drinking alcohol, our bodies are working to metabolize that alcohol. And while we may be asleep, our bodies are hard at work. We're not giving our body the rest we need. And our bodies need sleep and good, consistent sleep to regenerate, to heal, and to help your body, ultimately get to the right level of homeostasis. So hopefully these are some tips that you can kind of incorporate into your life. If any of those things that I just outlined are things that you can change in your lifestyle, you may find yourself in better shape to lose weight a little bit quicker, and may not be getting quite so frustrated with seeing all the people around you who seem to be able to just drop off the weight. It might be time to look at your insulin levels. Talk to your doctor. Talk to your nutritionist. Your doctor is going to be able to run specific tests to see what levels your insulin's at. So even if you're not type 2 diabetic, you may want to just get those checked if you're a slower loser. If you have the belly fat, if you're a smoker, if you're a heavy drinker, these are things all to look at if you are a slower loser. I hope this video has been helpful for you. If it has, could you do me a favor? Make sure, obviously, that you like, comment, and subscribe to these videos, but also share this into the forums that you're in. One of the things that I'm excited to tell you about also is the membership feature that's been added to this channel. If you become a member, you're going to get a unique insight, some behind the scenes into my own weight loss journey that I haven't really put out there on the front side of this channel. So I'd encourage you to become a member today. It's a great way to support the stream. I hope that you all have a great day. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.